Welcome back to the Marriage and Real Estate Podcast. We're your hosts, Kevin and Shelton.
Oh, you just found a new way to say that. I like
Boom. It. Okay, thank you. Let's see if I can remember it next time.
I doubt you will.
I might come back with some more fire. Okay. It's just a me and Kevin thing. So this week, we feel like we've spoken a lot about real estate.
We have.
And this is the marriage.
Sorry.
He's starting off wrong already.
Why?
He's starting off wrong already. Are you just going to
apologize.
yawn at the first 30 seconds of the podcast?
I moved my mouth away from the mic.
You over it, bro? 30 seconds in, you like,
I think it's the lights. I think the lights make me tired.
That don't even make sense.
Okay. Baby, what are we talking about
Step
this
up,
week?
baby. Today, we're talking about, I love that smile. Today,
Baby Kevin.
we are discussing, what are we discussing? Today,
We're talking about marriage.
we're discussing marriage.
So let me, not to derail you, but I want to tell a really funny story about our children to you. It's just for you.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well,
so
now it's for all y'all too. So.
This morning, I was getting the kids ready for school, and I'm trying to get baby Kevin dressed. And baby Kevin's like, no, I don't want to get dressed. So he goes over and plays by the toy. So Austin says, Daddy, I know how we can get baby Kevin to come get dressed. And I was like, how? She's like, I got a plan. And she's like, I'm going to take some of the toys and I'm going to distract him. And then she literally said distract. She's like, I'm going to distract him and I'm going to get him to come over to you. I said, all right, cool, let's do it. So she gets some toys and she's like, Kevin, come here. Look, I got some toys. And she walks him over. She's like, Daddy, it's working. It's working. And I'm like, I was like, your plan worked. You're such a good planner. But the very high level thinking for a 5-year-old.
I know. You know what? I'm having some serious mom guilt these days because the real estate market's been crazy and business on both sides has been like booming. And you yawned again. Business has been booming, and I'm just something's got to give.
You gotta give.
I have to give, and so what is it? Good Friday. We realized it was Good Friday this weekend, and the kids are out of school, but we planned a Friday as if the kids were not out of school, kinda.
Yep.
So I bought Disney on Ice tickets for Friday because it was Good Friday. Kids won't be at school. And then planned a series of meetings for that same Friday, only to discover that
You're taking the kids to Disney on Ice.
that I'm taking the kids to Disney on Ice. And thankful for you for holding it down so that I can spend that time because I have been feeling real crappy about, the time that I've spent with the kids.
Yeah, they're definitely in a very transitional state. I think that the ages are like they're like right on the cusp of figuring it out. Like Kevin's trying to talk more, and that's interesting because he's like, what did he tell me? He told me this morning I was taking a shower. He came in the room in the morning. He was like, Daddy, you taking a shower?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
They're cute.
They get it. They get it. And I think at first when they didn't quite get it so much, it was really easy to be like busy and not as present. And the more they are like recognizing that I'm not there or that we're working, like mom is working or daddy's working, I'm like, did we do entrepreneurship for this? Because no, right?
I think you're giving yourself a hard time. You got to give yourself a little bit of a break. They're not tripping. They're not unhappy and they don't feel some kind of way. Now, I like to cater to them with gifts and stuff.
Yeah, no, that's not.
So they love that.
That's not the answer.
I understand, but I also spend a fair amount of time
You do.
with them.
You
So,
do. You do.
That's you just have to make that a priority. Put it in your schedule.
Yeah.
You're the head of the board of mom. So
Yeah.
you need to be present for all board meetings.
That's facts. So we spent a lot of time talking about real estate. I feel like in these last few episodes, and the market has been news. And so we want to be on topic and on trend with what's happening in the market too. But we haven't talked a lot about our marriage. So we thought we'd use this episode to do a live on air Shelton marriage check-in.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
That does.
So you starting off, you checking in? How are you feeling in your marriage?
I feel like you feel. So I feel like I'm always contented in our marriage.
What's contented?
Like content.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. I hate when you correct me. Go with it, bro. Just go with it.
I'm just
I'm
trying to
always
understand.
content in our marriage. And then he's looking it up. I'd like to see it as well.
Survey says.
Contented. What does it mean?
Okay. Happy and at ease. There we go. Willing to accept, satisfied. Yeah. Survey says you are correct.
I am contented.
I
Thank
just
you.
asked. It was just clarification, but I appreciate the board on the shout out.
Thank you very much. So I am contented.
You are.
In our marriage. I typically am. And when you are not, then I'm not either. So I could probably be obliviously content in our marriage, and you may not be. And so it's not until you express that you're not happy that I'm like, oh, wait a minute. You're not happy? Well, that makes me unhappy. So.
I definitely say that you've been extremely busy.
Yeah.
Mentally, emotionally, and physically lately, probably for the past 3-4 months now. Yep. So it hasn't left much space to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like, watching a movie or doing a true date night. Other than going out to dinner, we go out to dinner quite a bit with other couples and stuff. But I think just having an actual date night and maybe having some fun, like bowling or something that you don't enjoy any of that.
I was just thinking, this work seems like a lot of fun. That's the problem. And even TV, like I want to dive into. Everybody's watching Bridgerton or has.
Did you finish
completed?
Bridgerton?
Has completed Bridgerton. And every time I watch it, I feel like there was something more important I should have done or could have done. Or I'm looking at all the things that's staring back at me that need to be done. And so it's really difficult to sit back and veg out and enjoy TV.
I think that's hard for me too, because every time I try to engage you to watch anything, you're mad distracted. Like how you get on me about my phone. Every time I try to sit down with you and watch TV, you pop out a computer or you go to sleep.
Oh, sleep, yeah.
So it's not like you're not available mentally, and I don't know why.
That's good. I mean, this is the kind of feedback that I think is important, because I could stop and be mindful and spend time, right? When we saw our therapist regularly, she recommended that we do a weekly check-in to say how you doing? Are you happy? Is there anything I can do? And when we get comfortable, those kind of fall to the wayside. And it's not until somebody's unhappy that it manifests itself in other ways.
I don't know if I'm not unhappy
today.
So today, I mean, let me clarify. 95%. 90% of the time when I'm unhappy, it's sexual. It's sex related.
Okay.
So I'm not unhappy at the moment. The other 9% is all the other stuff.
Yeah, but that comes with the check-ins too, right? Because I'm gonna be oblivious. Let's just be clear, and you know this. And so if you are not content, if you're not happy, you really have to pull my coattail and be like, hey, wife, there's some things that we need to take care of.
I think that we have to be intentional. I also think that I need to find things to occupy my time too, like hobbies and stuff. You do a lot. And you do a lot that has nothing to do with work. Like you got Junior League and Impact 100, and now you got all these other organizations. So your schedule is full.
Yeah.
Typically, most nights you have stuff to do, and most nights I don't, other than work. And I'm learning to put work down more so that I can be more present. So what that entails is figuring out whatever the new is, right? And that, I think it's an evolving journey, because I can definitely consume myself with work too, but it also becomes exhausting.
Yeah.
And I think I'm at a place where I'm mentally exhausted. And plus, we need a vacation. We still haven't been on vacation.
We have not. So
we
not
haven't
like
been on
us.
vacation. It's been like almost a year.
Nah.
It'll be a year in August.
Yeah, but we're far from August.
We're 4 months from August.
Yeah. We need to do that.
Yeah. So 4 months, 8 months. We haven't been on vacation in 8 months. I haven't been on vacation in 8 months. Now you went to Greece for 3-4 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's true. So mine is more like 6 months. That's still a really long time to not be on a beach or near water. That's a problem for me.
No, true. But no, so I mean, it's check in and all that. I think it's What?
You winding down?
No. I'm not wanting. I don't know if I have any more to say about that.
I was gonna say, no, I was gonna say, so this past weekend, we are notorious for taking our like weekends to plan and reset. And so it's the beginning of Q2 ish, the first month of the second quarter. And so we did take some time away from the kids and got a hotel locally so that we can work and rebalance. And we spent some time together with each other too. I watched a little bit of Bridgerton with you.
Very little, 30 minutes. That is true.
There's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
And reflection too, because we came up with a revised game plan for what we want.
New budget personally and business wise. Now we're triggered out, you know what I mean? Really auditing our books, really fine tuning everything, especially with costs being up. We wanted to scale down. I think I'm doing business coaching soon. That'll be exciting. So a lot of great things come from that. Doing business coaching?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't gone through it yet, so I don't know.
Talk about what you're going to be doing and where it came from and all that.
So it came from reading a book called Profit First, which then they have Profit First for Contractors, which is the secondary book that I started reading because of Profit First. And what it does is it's really help you fine tune your processes in your business to prioritize profitability over everything else. And for me, while home building is rewarding, of course it's impactful, it leaves a good legacy, the writer of that book actually has a coaching program that coaches contractors through using this accounting formula in their business. So this is my first time doing business coaching in my business, which I'm super excited about. You've been recommending this for a while. We've been doing coaching in your business for a year and a half now, and that's been really fruitful. So I'm excited to see what coaching does. We believe in coaching. Obviously, we've had coaching in our real estate. We have coaching in our marriage, having coaching in this side of the business, and mentorship. I have had mentorship. That's been incredibly impactful, but now it's taken that up a notch.
So here's a funny story. I remember when I discovered Profit First, I think it was a recommendation from Rachel. Shout out to my girl, Rachel. And I was like, oh man, Kevin, this is a great book. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, let's listen to it. We were going to Dallas or Austin or somewhere. And we were listening to the audio book and you were like, yeah, can we listen to something else? And
that's
because
I was driving.
Were you driving?
Huh?
Were you driving? Oh, I guess you always drive.
And when I listen to books while I'm driving, it makes me sleepy.
Okay. So when did you listen to Profit First? Working?
Sitting at my work desk. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So no, I'm glad. I honestly, and this is my admonishment for anybody that's in a marriage, like, don't take it personal when your partner doesn't receive from you, because sometimes it's hard to receive from the person that is closest to you. And so people typically get frustrated when their partner comes back and be like, oh man, such and such had a great idea or a great book or whatever. And they're like, told you that, and there's an offense. And really, I say this all the time to people, and I don't know if I've ever said this on a podcast before, but I'm like, I just thank God that like you got the message. I don't care who the messenger is. If it's
but
not
you were
me,
still the messenger.
Was I? Is that why you picked the book up?
Yeah, because you literally recommended the book. We said we were going to read it in Dallas.
That was like last year.
It wasn't last year. Well, it might have been physically last year, but it wasn't like, it was still on my radar. So,
Totally last year though.
I mean, that's fine. Either way, you're still the messenger.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you read that book. Obviously, you do what you do very well. You build a beautiful house, build a beautiful product, extremely creative. Everybody loves it. And now making sure that, we drill down on that profit first is kind of an exciting prospect in my opinion.
No, exciting.
And even for coaching, right? I'm excited that I've benefited so much from coaching that I'm excited that you are going to benefit from coaching too. One of the guys that we met in our travels, Chris, is who I'm going to talk about. I think he spends like $30,000 a month in coaching or something like that.
I don't have $30,000 a month to spend on coaching.
You won't be spending $30,000 a month, but it makes you question, like, one, if somebody's spending $30,000 a month in coaching,
what are they making?
What value are they making? How much money are they making? And I'll tell you this, I just did a webinar with Chris and his team today, and they make $29,000 a day when they did their numbers.
$29,000 a day.
A day.
Okay. How much money is that?
a lot of money. I don't.
29.
You could say 30.
Can I get the board?
Can we get a calculator out here?
Can I get the board? $30,000 a day, 365.
$30,000 a day, 365. That's where they are.
365 times 30.
365 times.
All right, almost $11 million a year. $10,950,000 a year.
So 11.
That's hell of great numbers.
That's great numbers. And so
all right, let's go $30,000 a day.
30,000.
I need to hit
a day. So
maybe we do need to go back to work.
I'm just saying. Well, he's not working. He runs a whole business, and the business generates $29,000 a day. But he pays $30,000 in coaching. But when he said, I pay about $30,000 a month in coaching, in my mind I thought like, well, how much are you making?
Yeah, pull up now. Divide that by $30,000. No. All right.
Oh my God. Anyway, so I'm thinking, how much are you making in order to comfortably pay $30,000 a month for coaching? And this is really high quality.
$360,000. So divide 360 by 10,585,000.
I'm gonna let the mathematician do what mathematicians do, and we'll just have this cold, dead silence while we wait. Shh, everybody, be quiet.
No. You had it right the first time. 360,000 divided by.
Kevin's making a mathematical.
That's not what I want. Give me. Exit that out. Clear that out.
You know this is live on the podcast, right?
I know.
And you know they can't see these numbers being made, right?
Sure. Clear all that out. 360,000.
Oh my God.
360,000 divided by 10,565,000. All right, equals. So that is a 34% return on investment. Is that correct? Do we do that right? Oh, 3.4. Okay. So that's a 340% return on investment.
Boom,
there we go.
Boom.
So if you invest $360,000 in coaching, you get a 300% return on your investment.
Worth it.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So
bring on the 30.
What's the message in all of that? Numbers and looking and calculating. It's coaching is worth it.
Sure. Now I don't know how we got from a marriage check-in to talking about coaching being worth it, but here we go. Another podcast down.
I'm the one who goes down the rabbit holes, and here you go going down the coaching rabbit hole.
Gonna wrap it up today. So happy hunting, happy investing. What was your tagline last week? Happy investing.
Y'all, Kevin is tired because he is ready to shut it down. So
GTO.
This has been another episode of the Marriage and Real Estate Podcast.
Happy investing. Ain't that was your tagline?
Was it happy investing?
And the board says, what was it? I think it was happy investing.
Happy investing.